Hey guys, and welcome to a Slayer guide of a creature that is still surprisingly decent and consistent GP. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, funnily enough, I recorded the things for this video about 1 or 2 months ago, but I never ended up finishing the video because I thought there are already so many guides for this creature out there. But I decided, hey, it's time to clean up the folder of unfinished videos and properly finish this video. So here we are. So Muspah only really have high combat stats requirements, 76 Slayer, which is relatively low, 95 plus Prayer to AFK more easily, and 96 Herblore for overloads, as per usual in my Slayer guides. The other big requirement is the Fate of the Gods quest to be complete, and the ability to get them as a task must be bought for 50 Slayer points if you want to AFK these as a Slayer task. Spoiler alert, they aren't very good experience, but they will suffice. Now, as for useful things, this list is usually very similar depending on the Slayer creature, but one thing that stands out here is the ancient spells, so Blood Barrage, Ice Barrage, and so on, because it deals double the damage against the Muspah. That's a huge increase of damage, so you should always be using ancient spells here. As for the other useful things, it's pretty straightforward. Vampirism Aura if you're struggling to survive, Penance Aura if you want to save on super restores, Spring Cleaner of course must be used for the salvage drops, combination overloads like Holy Overloads work very well here, and the Charming Imp can be nice to pick up the Elder Charms. As for the Muspah stats, they have 20,000 life points, the level 150 combat, and they give almost 1,070 common experience per kill. A low 469 Slayer experience per kill is gained, and these can be assigned by Curdell, Morvan, and Ikea Girl after buying the ability to get them as a task, again. Now these can be poisoned, so Cinderbanes are best in slot here, and you can use Weapon Poison +++ for extra damage. And for those wondering, they can spawn in either a ranged, magic, or melee variant. Now as for the Muspah's drop table, it's rather unusual as they drop summoning pouches, which you can pick up and note if you'd like to, but it will make it much less AFK. Most of your money will be made from the salvage with their Spring Cleaner and from the Elder Energy and other stackable drops. These aren't crazy money per hour, they're an average of 5 mil per hour from my testing. But that's good. They've been consistent money for years now, so they probably still will be when you're watching this video sometime in the future. Now as for your gear setup, you really don't need anything more than tier 70 armor and a tier 80 weapon. So think Virtus Wand and Book, Obliteration Staff, Attuned Crystal Staff, Noxious Staff, stuff like that, and Subjugation Armor. If you have the money for Cinderbanes, they do help out as they automatically poison the Muspah you are attacking. A large rune pouch is also useful, but just because it is expensive, I included the runes in the inventory as you want to be using Blood Barrage. Ideally, because it does heal you. And other than that, the inventory is really straightforward. You can see the one I have on screen and you'll just pick up drops as you go along, and really it just isn't that difficult or complex. If you are going to do these non-AFK in a person-owned Slayer dungeon to get as many kills per hour, you might want to bring along your replenishment potions for your Sunshine rotations, however. Just a little tip. Now as for getting to the Muspah, it's really easy. You have to just go south from the Eagle's Peak Lodestone towards the World Gate. Once there, you want to dial in this little shape you see on screen. If that shape isn't there, you'll have to reconfigure the World Gate and then choose the Runescape option and then teleport to the Cradle, which is where these Muspah are located. By the way, do not bring along your Shard of Zaros as you want these Muspah to attack you without needing aggression potions. Once you're inside, the Muspah will start spawning straight away, and then you just sit there, turn on your soul split, click on your overload, and start AFKing. Every now and then what you want to do is simply click on the floor, use area loot, and pick up some of the drops, because otherwise you might miss out on some money, but most of your money will be made from that salvage and the Elder Energy, which you can sell later on the Grand Exchange. So on average, these will net you over 500,000 magic experience per hour and over 200,000 Slayer experience per hour AFKing. If you pick up the drops every now and then, you will make around 4 to 5 million GP per hour AFK. If you're not AFKing in a person-owned Slayer dungeon, you'll make slightly more money, but at the same time, probably not really because you'll be using more supplies. Now as for getting the souls using the Ushabtis for your personal and Slayer dungeon, I pretty much got all the souls except one in one task, because they're a lower level Slayer creature, it's pretty common to get their souls in your Shabties, so I wouldn't say it's very hard to obtain them, but I will say it's not really worth getting these into your player-owned Slayer dungeon and wasting your Shabties on these unless you plan to do them actively and power slay them, because the experience and money really don't increase that much. You can get up to 300,000 Slayer experience per hour, maybe a little more, and you're putting in effort, and it's just, there are better Slayer tasks out there, so you might as well just AFK it, take it chill, and do it that way. That's just my take on it. If you're going to be doing these, you will probably do these off task anyway. There's no reason to put in effort. You're probably going to be doing these for AFK magic training to make some money on the side, because these are very, very, very AFK. So there's simply no real reason, unless you want that little bit more efficiency and a little bit more Slayer experience per hour, to do these in your player-owned Slayer dungeon. This is initially also what kept me from making the video. These are nothing special these days, but if you are looking for a way to AFK some magic experience, or let's say level 90 magic, you want to make some money, and you want to get up your Slayer while you're doing these on task, these are a way to do it. They simply are. They're not the best Slayer task for Slayer experience, for money, for common experience, but that doesn't matter. They are decent, and they will stay consistent for a long time. The Elder Charms can also be used to create Nihil pouches, which may be an efficient way of gathering Elder Charms AFK opposed to doing Nihils themselves. Just something to think about. Other than that, if you're interested in more Slayer guides, check out my playlist or Slayer data spreadsheet in the description below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.